Hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to be using the short bands if you want today. Don't need them, however, and a long band as well. Optional to use, but just if you want them, we'll be utilizing those. All right, go ahead and come on up. We're also going to be doing a decent amount of floor work today in the first section. So if you want to have an extra padding for your mat, go ahead and have that available. Spinal cord breathing to start. Bring your feet just in front of the hips, standing up nice and tall. We're going to breathe in, circle those arms around, forearms and palms together. Gently exhale, tuck down and in. Bow the head forward. On your inhale, breathe in nice and deep. Try to breathe in through the nose if you're able. Divide the arms. Pull those shoulders back and down. Make sure you squeeze the glutes. And then exhale, tuck it all back in. Breathe out through the mouth here, nice and gentle, nice long exhale. Just pause before you're going to get dizzy. And then inhale and repeat. Lifting up out of the chest, pull those shoulder blades down the rib cage, divide the fingers as well. Exhale, close down and through. Just nice and smooth here, nice and rhythmic. Let's go about 2 more, just on your own tempo. Very good. Trying to pause the top and the bottom of each breath. 1 more. Very good. Finish that exhale. Go ahead and relax the arms down. Come all the way up to standing. Walk the feet just outside the hips. Arms come wide to the sides. We're going to go into our fire hydrant. So a little bend in those knees. And now we're going to bow forward, reaching for that opposite leg. Engage the glutes, standing tall, hinging over. Good. So just look to start about the knee height and look to reach a little bit farther each time. Just nice and gradual. Think about having like a nice long spine here. So really sending the hips back. If you can, reach the ankle. You can start to reach beyond the ankle, but don't try to overreach. Let's get about 1 more on each side. Over and up, over and up. Very good. From there, feel free to bring the feet in just a little bit if you'd like. Arms up to overhead. We're going to do our little snow globes here. Circular patterns. Reaching around, stretching that side body, holding strong in your legs and midline. At the top, see if you can just gently look very slowly back behind you and then continue to sweep through. So look for the ceiling or sky behind you at the top and then all the way down and through. Let's go 1 more time and then we'll switch directions. Lifting up, peering back. Very good. Once you come back to the start, let's take it the other direction, keeping that little bend in those legs. Just kind of feeling around. Imagine you're in that snow globe. And you're kind of tracing the perimeter of that circle as far as is comfortable for your body. Very good. 1 more or so. Reaching around. When you get up to that top, look up, peer back, and release those arms down. All right, good job. Go ahead and shake it out. Wiggle it around. And we're going to make our way down to the floor. This is where if you have a short band that you want to use, nice and light on the resistance. But as you come on down, we're going to first stretch out the forearms, warm up the wrist. So from standing or kneeling, we'll roll those wrists around 3 to 5 times one way and 3 to 5 the other. All right, from here, we're going to go palms down, fingers pointing towards you. If you aren't quite on the ground yet, too, you can also use like a countertop or like the seat of a chair. So palms down, fingers in, and I'm just going to gently lean back. Pull the belly button in, and from here you can gently sway side to side. Very good. From there, we're going to turn the hands in so that the fingers face in and interlace, and now we'll go a circular pattern around. 2 to 3 circles one way. And then when you're ready, reverse 2 to 3 the other. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and shake out those hands. Next, we're going to warm up the hips a little bit with our quadruped hip rock. So you're going to walk the knees in so they touch, pull the belly button in so you don't arch the back, and then ever so gently, you're going to rock the hips to one side, bring it up to center, and rock the hips to the other side. Just get a nice gentle stretch in the low back, a little bit into the hips. Very good. And again, we're just pulling the belly in so that you're not arching through the back as you do this. A couple more each side. And then we're going to take a moment in child's position next. Toes together, knees divide, reach those arms out, and then gently rock the hips back, lower the head down. And then focus on the breathing here. Nice deep breaths into the back of the rib cage. Looking to expand the sides of the ribs. And on the exhale, just ever so gently drop a little bit lower. 1 or 2 more breaths. All right, fantastic. So we're going to be doing 3 exercises for the lower body. We're going to be about a minute on each, roughly 30 seconds on each side. If you are going to use the bands, I'm going to bring it on, and they're going to come just above the knees. And the first one is going to be fire hydrants. So it's going to be from a quadruped position. You'll be on all fours. Take that nice wide handprint, place the hands just underneath the shoulders. And then similar position to when we did that hip rock, pulling the belly in so we don't arch the back. From here, you can walk the knees a little bit wider. And then when you're ready, we're just going to be thinking fire hydrants like you're a dog on all fours and walk by a fire hydrant. We're going to work those hips here, lifting it out, controlling it down. Very good. Try to have the head straight on. So once you know what you're working on, looking straight down between the wrists. And then paying attention to your upper body support, lifting up through the shoulders, keeping a little bend in those elbows. And we're almost there. Let's go 1 or 2 more. Lifting up, control it down, and rest. Good job. Go ahead and come off your hands for a second. Shake it out. And we'll come right back into the other side. Nice wide handprint. Come on back in. It's going to be the same thing on the opposite leg. 2, 1. Here we go. Lifting straight out. Keeping that bend in that knee throughout. And we're trying not to rotate the hip. Just lift it laterally. Very good. Nice and smooth. Still pulling in through the belly. 10 more seconds. Especially if you haven't done a whole lot of these bands should be nice and light. If you are using the band here, your body weight also does a great job. And rest. Very good. From here, you're going to come onto your side. We're going to do that adductor or inner thigh raise. So you're going to come down onto the elbow. Top leg is going to bend. Bottom leg toe is going to point straight ahead. And then we're going to start here in 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift it straight up and controlling down. Up and down. So if you're standing, Diane, you could like lift the leg across the body and like cross the center of the body and bringing it back. There you go. Yep. Try to stand tall as you do it. Nice. Good. Otherwise, here on the ground, toes pointing straight on, lift the leg straight up and controlling down. Less than 10 seconds. Band almost gives us a little assist here, but that's okay. Sometimes we haven't used this muscle a whole lot, and go ahead and rest, or at least from an isolation point standpoint. Swing her around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pay attention to how you set that elbow. So set it just underneath the shoulder. Top leg bends, bottom leg straight, toe straight on, and 2, 1. Here we go. Up and down. We're not moving very far again, just enough to get that inner thigh to fire. These exercises are one of the most soreness. I experience the most soreness from these in sessions later on. So it always kind of makes me laugh. You think about all the different things we do. It's times it's just those little stabilizer muscles that you'll feel the most the next day. Very good. Halfway through. After we finish this set, we're headed back to all fours for our donkey kicks. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Very good. Coming over to all fours once again. This will be our third and final exercise of this warm-up series, and we're going to go through it twice. So pull the belly button in, starting on whichever leg you like. 2, 1, and begin. Keeping the knee bent. You're going to drive the foot straight up towards the ceiling and bringing it down. So exactly, good. So pulling the belly in, making sure you're not arching, and keep those arms nice and straight. Nice strong support through the upper body. There you go. Squeeze the glute, driving that thigh. Nice. Yep. Trying to move at the hip there. Knee is being stationary, and I'm just lifting the leg and controlling down. Almost there. 2, 1, and go ahead and take a moment to rest. Come off the hands, shake it out. Same thing, other side. Go ahead and make your way back down. Nice wide handprint in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Same thing, opposite leg. Toes pointing just straight down. So there's no rotation of the hip. Just lifting it straight up, squeeze the glute, get some activation of the hamstring, the back side of the thigh. Nice. Just under 10 seconds. All right, 1 or 2 more. And go ahead and rest. All right, we're gonna take a moment to stretch. We're gonna lie on our back, double knee to chest, or you could sit in the chair if you can't get down on the floor right now. Otherwise, just take a moment here on your back. Pull the legs in and rock your body side to side. If all that feels good here, we're gonna open the arms up, keeping the knees together, and double knee to bring the legs across, 2 knee twist. Engage those glute midline, sorry, not the glutes, as you pull the legs across the body, turn the head, look the other way. Let's get 1 more on each side. Bringing the leg across, turn the head. And back to center, taking it across. All right, nice work. Go ahead and finish up with that, and then gradually make your way around. We're gonna start with round 2 here in about 10 seconds. If the water's nearby, you wanna grab a quick drink. Fire hydrants first. Hands underneath the shoulders, belly pulled in, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Straight out, straight in. Getting ready for some deadlifts next and some upper body dips or overhead dumbbell extension, as well as a seated row with the band. Driving out, controlling down, 10 seconds. Keep lifting up out of that support hip, making sure you're not just sinking into that or your upper body. And last one, and rest. Good job. Take a moment off the hands. Shake it out. Shake out those arms. All right, second time on this exercise, opposite leg. Here we go. Coming on down in 2, 1, and begin. Driving it out. Control in. Still giving some focus to that mid body. Pulling the belly in. Nice level low back. Moving well. All right, almost there. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Coming onto your side. And if you want a little more challenge here, if you felt like you had some assists from the band on the first round, you can always slide the band off. Go ahead and come onto your elbow. Top leg bends, foot comes over in front, and 2, 1, here we go. Lifting it straight up, control down. Nice. Fantastic, nice and smooth. There's our halfway. Yeah, good. Keeping that little muscle fired on that inner thigh. Maybe 1 more and release. Great work. Swing it around. Top leg bends, toe pointing straight on, and begin. Up and down. Fantastic. Halfway through. Wonderful work. Maybe one or two more. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Come on, back to all fours. If you want to put the band back on, you can. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it off for this last round. Donkey kicks to finish. Nice wide handprint. Pull that belly in. And 2, 1. Here we go. Foot straight up and control down. Drive it up. Squeeze the bum. I almost find the band a little bit annoying on this one. It tends to slide around on my thighs and doesn't really stay in the position I want it to. So I almost feel like I get a bit better engagement without that resistance. Never underestimate what you can do with just your body alone. Sometimes we use the excuse that we don't have the equipment that we want as a reason not to work, but that's really not necessary. Last one, and rest. Good job. Let's just kind of drop into child's position for a moment, and then we'll come into that other side. So coming off those wrists, sitting those hips back. Let's get about 2 nice solid breaths into the back of the rib cage. One more. And come on back forward. All right, we're gonna finish out this opposite leg. And then we'll finish with a couple stretches. 2, 1, and here we go. Straight up. Low back level. Very nice. Then I imagine I can place like a little saucer on your low back and not have it tip around, holding nice and level through the mid body. Trying to just keep that movement at the hip. Very nice. The knee bent, drive it straight up, squeeze the bum. Maybe one more, up and hold, and down and rest. Spectacular. All right, we're gonna open up those inner thighs. So Diane, standing there, you can reach out your hands, feet nice and wide for that kind of like lateral lunge stretch. Those of you that are here on the floor, you're gonna kick one leg out to the side, reach the hands out, and we're gonna ever so gently rock the hips back, lower the head down. We're gonna get a nice opening on this inner thigh here. Coming forward and rocking back. We'll go about 3 to 5 here. Breathe. Breathe in, coming forward, and then exhale as you drop back into that opening. One more, I'm gonna add a little reach and stretch to my upper body. So as I sit back, I have my right leg extended. So whichever leg you have extended, I'm gonna reach that arm kind of across the midline of the body. Just add a little bit of a lat stretch here. Lowering the head down. Let's go 1 or 2 more breaths. And come on out. Fantastic. Same thing other side. So walk that leg in. Reset the hands as needed, keeping the fingers spread out nice and wide. Opposite leg kicks out. And then nice and gradual here. Sinking back, lowering the head down, rocking forward. 3 to 5 on that last one. We'll add that crossbody reach with the upper body. On these deadlifts and dips that we have coming up next, instead of time, we're working more for reps. So we're building upon what we did last week. Last week we did 8 to 12 reps. This week we have 10 to 15. So if you haven't been here for these previous sessions, add that crossbody reach with the arm. Last one here. You know, make adjustments to your reps. Maybe you're not ready to go a full 15 reps on these exercises. Maybe you go 6 to 10. So just, you know, kind of use your body as a guide, use the weights you're using as a guide, and come on up. All right, before we jump up to our feet, we're just gonna come onto our side and stretch our quads. So go ahead and bend that elbow. You can also do this standing if you wanna come up to your feet earlier. Those of you that are not able to get on the ground right now this morning, grab that top foot. And here we go, holding for a nice full 20 seconds from here. You need to take a break by all means, anytime. We're looking to try to eventually get that heel to the glute. If you can touch it, that's fantastic. If not, just be patient, do the best you can. 2, 1, and release. Good job. Swing it around, same thing other side. Pull that elbow in, grab that top foot, and here's our 20 seconds. Good, halfway through. And with all of our stretching, we don't want to be forcing anything, so just stay gentle, encouraging the muscles to lengthen and release. Very good. All right, those of you down here on the floor, let's make our way into down dog. Open up that mid body, give a good stretch to the calves, and then we'll make our way up to our feet. So stretch out those calves, making sure you pedal out those heels, lengthen the back of the lower legs, and then we'll walk the hands to the feet, walk the feet to the hands, and come on up. Once you're up here, grab a drink. All right, we're gonna do a couple more stretches from standing, kind of get ourselves prepped for this first circuit here with the lower body deadlifts, upper body dips, and seated row with the band. So we're gonna go feet pointing straight ahead. We'll do what we call our Jefferson toe touch here. So you're gonna stand tall, chin to the chest, pull the belly button in, and you're gonna slide the hands down, intentionally rounding the spine here to use it as a stretch and kind of a little measurement to see where your length is for the back side of the body. If it is challenging for you, if you can't quite touch the ground today, then I recommend maybe not going all the way to the ground with your weights if you choose to do the deadlift with us. When you're ready, go ahead and come on up to standing. Roll those shoulders back, standing nice and tall. Very good. From here, we're going to take the hands onto the low back, little bend in the knees, midline strong, fire the glutes, and just ever so gently lean back. Making sure you're not jamming into that low back, so only go as far as you're comfortable, but try to lift the chest, pull the shoulders back, and then come on forward. All right, from here, let's just give our spine, our body a little rotation. Wonderful. And next, we're gonna stretch out that upper body. So we're gonna do our stagger stance, tricep side bend. I'm gonna invite you to keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back, check in with your rib cage. So tuck those ribs down as you reach that right arm up, bend at the elbow, reach up and around. And now we're gonna add a little combo here. So we're opening the hips at the same time that we're lengthening the tricep and that side body. So you just ever so gently shift the hip forward, squeeze the glute of your right leg, and then bend to the side, taking it to the left. Breathe in, come back to center, lifting up out of those hips, shift the hips, squeeze the glutes, and bending to the side. Good, one or two more. Breathe in, lengthen, shift the hips, and side bend. Good, last one. Fantastic, relax that arm down. Walk the feet in between legs. We're gonna do a couple good mornings here. So I've now have my toes pointing straight ahead. I'm just gonna cross the hands over the shoulders, little bend in the knees, and now instead of rounding the back, tall chest, long spine, send those hips back, bowing forward. Use this as a little wake up for those hamstrings, and then push through the heels, squeeze the glutes and stand. Standing tall, bowing forward. There you go, keep a little bend in those knees. Good, Diane. Nice, Sharon. And straight up, very nice. So anyone that doesn't feel comfortable to lift weights off the ground, you can utilize this movement here. It's called the good morning. You can hold a light weight against your chest. You can hold a broomstick or a light barbell behind the head, and it's known as a good morning, long spine and stand. So that's always an option when we get into the deadlifts. In the meantime, I haven't forgotten, we got to balance out that upper body. So step your left foot back this time, standing tall, left arm reaches up, bend that elbow, lengthen through that head and neck, grab that elbow, arm, and now remember, we're gonna open the hip flexor too. So lift up, shift the hips, squeeze the bum on your left, and then taking it to the right side. Breathe in, come back to the top, shift the hips, squeeze the glute, and gently bend to the side. Good, 2 to 3 more. Excellent. And let's go about one more. Nice long side bend. Come on up and release. Beautiful. All right, next one here, behind the back stretch. So you're going to keep the feet nice and wide, lift through the chest. Try to interlace those hands or grab onto a band or a rope. Extend that chest and elbows. Root down to those legs and keep that long spine as you send those hips back and pull those arms up. Try to pull them right over top of the torso. Couple of breaths here, sending the air into the back of the lungs. Try to expand the ribs. One more time. And when you're ready, push into the legs, tuck the hips under, and come on up. Woo. All right, beautiful. So either the dips, if you, I'm going to use the chair here. If you're not comfortable on the dips, you can also use a dumbbell and do either the kickback extension, or I would recommend, if you can do it, the overhead dumbbell tricep extension. Okay. All right, but when you're ready, you're gonna kind of get your weights out for your deadlifts. We're gonna be bowing forward, standing tall. This is the motion for the deadlifts. And again, I mentioned earlier, if you can't quite touch those toes, maybe don't go all the way down. So I come to about knee height and then straight up from there, nice and controlled. I'm gonna take you through 3 rounds of 10 to 15. If you wanna move faster than me, maybe you'll get in about 4. If you're moving a little bit more slowly, which is completely appropriate, maybe you'll get in about 2. But I'm gonna be working in that 10 to 15 rep range, resting as needed between exercises. And again, the 3 exercises are deadlift or the good morning, dip or the overhead dumbbell extension, and then we'll sit down with the bands for a seated row. Alrighty. As I mentioned, it's not for time, so whenever you're ready, if you want to follow along with me, I'm going to set the feet, toes mostly pointing straight on, standing tall, a little bend in those knees, pull that midline in as you bow forward, and then whenever you're ready, here we go. Squeeze the glutes, stacking those shoulders straight over the hips and controlling down. Very nice. Hinging over and stand. Good. Feel free to count your reps, just move and smooth. Very good. Sharon, bend your knees a little bit more as you control down. Oh, there you are, Diane. You froze up on us for a second. Pull the belly in, looking down, squeezing, standing tall. Take it through a couple more. Very good. Go ahead and finish out your reps on that deadlift. And then we'll make our way for either the dips or that overhead extension. Those of you joining me for the dips, we're gonna sit up nice and tall, pull the shoulders back, and you wanna keep them down out of the ears throughout. So set the chest. I'm gonna go knees bent for the first round, controlling it down, opening the chest, and then lift at the top. Elbows in, squeeze, like you got little mini oranges. Trying to squeeze the orange juice. Good. As you sink down is when they tend to come up into the ears, so keep that engagement. Breathe in to lower, exhale to lift. Not really going to that full hip drive today, but if you want, you could always bridge those hips all the way through. About 5 more here. Always recommend not going to failure in these classes. Kind of leave a couple reps. And ideally, you want to stop not just before failure, but before you're going to have like a loss of your form, loss of your positions. Last one for me. And rest. All right, everybody, from here, if you have that long band, we're going to go into that row with the band. So really strengthening that mid back. You can sit on the floor for this, or I'm going to sit here in the chair. Around 1 or 2 feet. As you sit tall, hands are going to be pointing down, palms down, and then just rowing both arms together, back and in. Nice and tall, forward and back. Breathe in, breathe out. And as I pull them in, notice that I rotate my palms up. So just a little engagement of the bicep, long reach, and bend. Good. Sharon, just be smart with that bent over row because we're also doing the hinging with the deadlift. So that's why I don't recommend that bent over position this morning if you can use bands. Good. Breathe in and out. Nice. And practice pausing in that back position. So you're really looking to strengthen into that posture. Shoulders back, pulling those shoulder blades together. Obviously, we don't live like that, but we want to encourage more of that position than this position, right? So we still reach forward, but with that tall chest. Let's go about 2 more. In and squeeze, reach, and last one, and rest. All right, fantastic. That's set 1. I'm going to take you through 2 more. And last time I did the deadlift with the weight between my legs. Now I'm going to get 2 different sized weights and hold it outside the body. Call it more of a suitcase deadlift with 2 arms. So it's pretty common sometimes at home, you'll have a little bit heavier weights, but they may be uneven. So for rounds 2 and 3, we're going to hold them on different sides of the body. So now I have my toes pointing straight ahead, shoulders back, Standing tall, and 2, 1. There we go. Controlling down. 10 to 15 or whatever feels best for you. Good. I'm not demoing the best head position because I'm keeping an eye on those of you here live at home. Nice, Diane. Good. Long spine, hips back. Feel those hamstrings as you bow forward. Yep. Squeeze the glutes, standing tall. Yep. Very nice. Coming up on about 10. Shooting for 15 here today. Very nice. Rest whenever you need. I got one last one on my end. Taking a note which weight was in which hand. And shaking it out. Beautiful. Overhead tricep extension or coming back into those dips. I'm going to keep the knees bent, but then if you want more of a challenge, you can extend your legs. That'll put more load in your upper body. All right, whenever you're ready, here we go. Control, drive. Head looking straight on. Emphasize that tall chest at the top. Rotate that shoulders in, lift. Good. Take about 5 more here. Nice. Staying strong in the midline as you push out. Whew, feeling that burn. Last one for me. All right, if you're not done with that set, finish when you're ready. Seated row with the band is next. Alrighty. Coming around one foot. Sitting tall, palms down as you're forward, rotating back and in. Reach, squeeze. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to breathe in through the nose and gently out through the mouth. Wonderful. Still lifting that chest, pausing in the back position with the palms up, trying to stay long, not just through your, like thinking about your spine through the body, but think through the head too. So lifting up out of the neck, chin in so you don't start to lose that head forward. Let's go 2 more. Back, reach, and squeeze, and rest. Awesome job. Add any stretches in that you need anytime through this. If 2 rounds felt appropriate for you today, feel free to rest this last round. Just kind of keep your body moving. Otherwise, we're going through one more time, back to those deadlifts. So remember, if you were using 2 different size weights, change up which side that they're on for your side, for your body. Best as able, point those toes straight ahead, standing tall, just a little bend in those knees, bowing forward to get into position, and then 2, 1, here we go. Upper body, shoulders are pulled back, so you keep that weight close to the center of gravity. Good. Very good, Diane, yep. Bowing down, maybe just a hair more knee bend as you come into the bottom, not to over bend at the hips. There you go, nice. Looks great, Sharon. Thinking about pushing your feet into the ground as you hold strong in your belly. Good, a few more. Last one. And I'm resting there. All right, headed into those dips or overhead extensions. Sit nice and tall, pull into the position. 2, 1, and begin. Very good. Got one more circuit after this for those of you that are staying for all 3 sections today. Full lift at the top. And you're making that orange juice, squeezing those armpits in. Kind of rotating the elbows forward. Couple more. And last one. Few more if you have it. And rest. All right, all we have left is that seated row with the band before our next circuit. Come up in our next circuit, we have either sticking with good mornings or some Russian swings if you feel up for swinging the dumbbell or kettlebell today. Or if you're not coming to class tomorrow, you could do some squats. Got 30 seconds of that first exercise. And we'll have either a 30-second rest. Here we go. Whenever you're ready, reaching forward, pulling it in, or we'll work on some, you could do jumping jacks if you want to keep your heart rate as high as possible. I'm going to probably be demoing some alternating knee to elbows. So working some cross crawl movements for the brain. We'll be coming down onto the floor for our plank drag through on the forearms. Pull a little bit of weight underneath the body if you'd like. And then coming back up to our feet for our farmer's march. Those will be our 4 exercises. I'm going to take you through 4 sets. So if you aren't sure of the movements, you can always use that first round as a little demo. Alrighty, of course, I have no idea what rep I'm on. So 1 or 2 more as you feel. Opening and relaxing. Fantastic. Set that down. Let's go ahead and come on up and do a couple stretches. And then we'll make our way into the next piece. But before you stretch, grab a drink. Alrighty, first thing we're going to do is some rotational movements here. So toes straight on. Just going to bring those arms up to the shoulders. A little I Dream a Genie position. And gently rotate to that torso. Turning the upper body, turning the head as well. Peering over that shoulder. Breathe in and then exhale as you rotate. Breathe in, turn and exhale. Good, about 1 more. Beautiful. Next, we're gonna open up our whole body through, we call like our spiral line of this fascia that moves diagonally across our body. So if you have like a chair nearby, a bench that you can lean on, we're gonna walk out from it about 2 feet or so, pull the belly button in. Mouth's feeling a little dry. And we're gonna take your right hand, make a nice wide handprint, support it down on that support area. Take your left hand, reaching it out. And then you're going to take your left hand, reach for your right knee, and then you're going to sweep your arm nice and wide out as you pivot on your right foot. Follow the hand with your eyes, and you're lifting up out of that support arm. Then you're going to breathe in, reach across, and then exhale into that rotation. Holding that open position. Just feel the body opening there. Let's go 2 to 3 more. Breathe in, reach across, exhale, open. Breathe, reach, and pivot. Last one. Very good. Feel free if you want to stand up for a second, kind of shake out those hips, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now you will support your left hand down. Reach your right arm out. Right hand reaches for that left knee, and then long arm position, pivot on your left foot. Your eyes follow that right hand, pausing in that open position, and then breathe in, reach for that opposite knee. Exhale, sweep and open. Remember to pivot that back foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Release any stress, worry, anxiety. Let it all go with the breath as you open up that body, opening up that heart. Last one. I'm more on my heart side than you are because I'm mirroring you, but that's okay. We're still opening the front side of the body. All right, nice work there. Beautiful job. And then even if you're not going to do squats for the next circuit, I know I'm not going to be doing the squats today, saving those for tomorrow, but it's always good to kind of open up the hips and knees. So let's go ahead, do a couple squats together, set those feet about hip width apart. Reach those arms out as you send those hips back. Heel staying planted, big toe pushing down, and then push through the feet and stand. Good job. Let's watch you all there. Reaching back, eyes up, chest up. Beautiful. Really push through the feet. Reach, reach, reach. So you want to have that strong base of support because that's where you generate that force. I'm driving down. Very good. I'm going to come a little closer. Watch you do the last couple. Reaching back, reaching out. Fantastic. Beautiful. And up. All right. So once again, if you're not coming tomorrow, if you want to get some squatting in today, have that be your first exercise. All right. If you're going to start with the swings or the deadlifts, and the swings, you should only be doing swings if you are really confident with the strength of your low back, haven't had any recent, kind of flare-ups or anything. And you should be swinging something lighter than what you would deadlift. All right. We are working for time this round. 30 seconds is our first exercise. So we're going to start here in 10. Again, feel free to squat. I'm in a swing. You can also do that good morning or repeat the deadlift. Going here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Very nice. And as always, you don't ever have to work the whole time. Rest anytime you need. If you're here with me on the swings, on the bottom of the swing, my hands are up by my inner thighs. I'm holding that weight close to the center of gravity. 10 seconds. In the top, I'm looking straight ahead. And rest. Very good. Either take a full rest here, jumping jacks if you want that high heart rate, or we can do that cross crawl patterns, either with straight legs or bent arms, bent legs. Lifting up, reaching across. Good. 10 seconds, we're going to be coming down to our forearms next. You could simply hold that plank, or you can do that drag through with a light dumbbell or kettlebell. And 2, 1, and transition. Coming down. Recommend on the forearms, feet just a little bit wider than the hips, and then I'm going to reach under my body. Bye, Diane. Have a great rest of your day. And pull it across. Reach and drag. First 2 exercises were 30 seconds. This one is 45, as with that march. That's our first 30 seconds. You have 15 more to go. Then we'll come right up to our feet, move it into that march. And 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Coming on up. Moderate light weights, whatever you're most comfortable with, even or uneven. 45 seconds here. Good. 30 seconds left. We're going to have a 15 seconds rest. So if you want more rest before round 2, take it here in 10. Watch the posture here. I felt myself pulled forward, lift up, pull back. That's 30 seconds in, 30 seconds to the next round. So feel free to rest here. Whew. Breathe in as you move. Otherwise, full rest here in 3, 2, 1, and pause. All right, quick drink. If you want to go every other round, feel free to rest this next round. Otherwise, back to either those swings, squats, or good mornings in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Slight forward bow. Chin in the bottom of the swing. Halfway through. And you're not lifting with the arms on these swings. The arms are just guiding that weight. The hips are creating that power. And rest. Good job. Jumping jacks. Or join me for the cross crawl. On this one, I'm going to go behind the body. Really being aware of your stability, kind of lifting up, gripping the foot down. Breathe in as I step down. Exhale as I reach. It helps control that heart rate a little bit. We don't always need to have our heart rate really high. And transition down for the plank. Either holding that forearm plank or reaching under the body and dragging across. Staying as level as you can if you're choosing to reach. Using your upper body to brace as well. So I push my forearm into the floor, push my palm into the floor. Very nice. That's 30 seconds in. So feel free to rest there. If you feel your hips start to sink, feel a pinch in that low back, you're probably starting to arch. So stay tight, stay strong. Coming up to our feet. 2, 1, and coming up for the carry. Woo! All right, and those of you gardeners out there, if you've been doing a lot of carries today already, maybe just take a break here. You can always do more of that cross crawl. 30 seconds left. So again, this is where you kind of modulate if you want more rest. You can shorten that 45 seconds of work. Long through the neck, palms just ever so slightly facing forward. Wonderful job. Whew. The heat is on outside anyway. Feeling it in here today. Coming up on our 30-second mark. And there's 30. I'm going to rest there, give myself a little bit longer break. Don't worry, I'll let you know where you are. Those of you still working. 2 down. And there's 45. Go ahead and take that rest. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Going back for round 3, or take this round off. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice and smooth. There you go. Halfway in. Good job. Trying to really keep those shoulders back. Don't let that back round at all. There you go. And 2, 1, and rest. Set it down. Jumping jacks if you choose, or a cross crawl. I'm going to go back to in front of the body, opposite knee, opposite elbow. Good. Exhale as you bring that knee to the elbow. You got it. There you go. One side of the brain talking to the other side of the brain, and rest and rotate down for the plank. Going right into it as soon as you get into position. Remember, this one's a 45-second interval, but there's no built-in rest, so the transition is part of the movement. Really push down into that forearm, lifting up to that shoulder, and drag that weight across, or preferably lift. That's 30 seconds. Feel free to rest there. Get ready for that farmer's march. Holding tight, holding strong. 2, 1, there's our 45. All right. Coming up, second to last march. Or you can repeat those cross crawl patterns if you want to take the weight off, but exercise the brain, work the cross crawls. All right, well done. First 15 down. There you go. Keep lifting up. You can march in place like I'm doing now, or move around your area. That's 30 seconds. And again, I'm going to take the rest a little bit earlier here. Get ready for that last round. We'll be starting in 20 seconds for that last round. As you go in the full 45, your time is now. All right, 15 seconds. If 3 was good for you, please hang out. Maybe just join us on the breathing portions and not the weightlifting. Otherwise, final round starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Chin in the bottom, looking straight ahead at the top. Hips drive, just gently elevate that weight up. But you don't want to be leaning back, so shoulders are stacked straight over the hips. That's 20 seconds. Plank is next. 2, 1, transition. Final forearm plank. Coming down, either holding stationary or reaching across the body, grabbing that weight and bringing it across. Very good. Coming up on that 30-second mark right now. Final round now. Staying strong. 2, 1, transition. All right, and the final march. I remember which hand was holding what. Staying tall. Woo! March or finish with those cross crawls. Very good. Woo! 20 seconds left for that full 45 seconds. Continue to breathe. Smile, we're almost done. Keep reinforcing that positive relationship with fitness. Keeping the body strong and mobile. 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, virtual high fives. Nice work. Let's walk it out. Grab a quick drink. And we're going to come down to the floor for a couple cool down stretches. Alrighty. We're going to do our little hurdler stretch with the side reach. So sitting tall, we'll start with both hands straight on. Make sure you're sitting up out of your sit bones and then just gently lean forward, pulling those toes back, bowing the head down. You can grab the toes, great. Just be gentle here. Not forcing. Good. One more breath, and then we'll take the opposite arm of what the leg is outstretched, reaching it up and across. Turn the head, looking up at that hand, and breathe into the area that you feel that tension. One more breath, and come on out. Beautiful. Same thing, other side. Reach that leg out, other leg in. Sit up nice and tall, and just reach on forward. Lower that head down. Grab onto the toes if you can without being in pain or shaking extremely much. It's probably not the proper way to say that. Head down and breathe. A couple more breaths here, and then we'll go into that side stretch. When you're ready, outer arm reaches up and around. Turn the gaze, peering up. Breathe in that area of tension. Good, one more breath. And come on out. Beautiful. Seated twist is next. Let's take your left leg, extend it straight out, and right leg crosses over. Sitting tall, go ahead and hug that leg in. Reposition as needed, so you're up on that sit bone, and then long neck here. Pull the shoulders back, hugging that leg in. And you can take your right hand, kind of crawl the fingers around, start to turn the head. If you want to work that elbow on the front of the thigh, you can, or just, wherever you feel a good solid twist for your body. Keeping that head turning, peering over the shoulder. And release. Come on out. Same thing, other side. Right leg extends, left leg crosses, sitting tall, starting by hugging the leg in. And then when you're ready, you'll start crawling that left hand behind. Still lengthening, gently turn the head. Let's go about one more breath here. And release. All right, last little finisher here. I'm gradually gonna come onto the back, coming on down nice and slow. And here, just modify, do whatever you feel best for your body. I'm gonna bring you into a little double kneaded chest, rocking side to side. And then we're gonna finish with a little happy baby. Elbows on the inside of the knees, grabbing the outside of the shins or the feet if you can reach them. And now use those elbows to drive the legs wide. And great time. Close those eyes and just gently rock your body side to side. Focusing on the breath. And just spend as long as it feels appropriate here. If you want to advance that stretch, if you want to go into like a plow position, bringing the feet over the head, if that's appropriate for you. And then however you finish, I do recommend if you can just take a moment to yourself, lying flat on your back, pull those shoulders back, close those eyes, and just take a moment to breathe. You get to be outside for this last hour. Try to feel the air on your skin. You know, take in some of the senses around you. And just express a moment of gratitude for what your body can do, letting go of that criticism, and showing some appreciation that you took the time to take care of your body. Your body says thank you. I say thank you for being here today. Those of you here live, and those of you not live. All right, thanks so much. Talk to you next time.